Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Helldivers 2 video. Today we have some huge news. We have a brand new update coming August 6th, and this is full of new content, new enemy types, new biomes, new mission types, new difficulty levels even. There's so much to unpack in this new update that's coming, so let's dive right in. First up, we're going to be getting some new enemies from Helldivers 1. We are getting the Impaler on the Terminid side. This huge tentacle beast will try to thwart you from running away from Terminids, sort of almost stop you so that the Terminid swarm can catch up and wreak havoc. This thing looks insane. It's huge. It's spiky. It will stab you to death. So a lot of big enemies coming, it seems, in Helldivers 2 in the near future. If tentacle enemies are a type that we can see, just think of the possibilities, especially on the Terminid side, for even bigger beasts. We're also going to be getting the Spore Charger for the Terminids, which will have fog all around it, following it across the battlefield so that you just see it emerge from the fog. And obviously, it being a Spore Charger, it will also have those debuffs that a normal Spore Terminid enemy type will have, like slowing you down and poison, damage over time, that kind of thing. But now it's for a Charger. So if you thought the normal Charger was bad, this one's going to be even worse. As well as that, we're getting a new artillery tank. This thing is a rocket artillery tank. You'll be able to see the rockets come at you from the sky. This thing looks really menacing, very scary. Interested to see where the weak spots are on this thing, whether you can actually destroy the rocket pods themselves, or if there's going to be a designated weak spot like on the normal tank. Right at the back, you know, that exhaust port. Wondering if this tank will have that. We'll see once we get a closer look at it, once we come up against it. But it's cool to see all these new enemy types coming into the game. We're also going to be getting a heavier and more deadly Brood Commander, which will have new and more interesting enemy types that it can call upon. Now, what does this mean? I'm assuming it's going to have the same effect as the Brood Commander. All the Terminers that are called upon by this type of Brood Commander will be heavier and deadlier. That's my theory at the moment. If you look at the enemy types, they do look almost stronger in some way. So that's probably what this Terminid Brood Commander is going to be calling upon. Basically the other enemy types, but heavier armor and more deadly. Loads of new enemy types coming into the game. This is really cool. I'm sure there's way more that they're not showing us. We saw glimpses of a new Scout Strider, which had like missiles on it. It's just insane. There's going to be so many more new enemy types coming, not just the ones that they went over in this new video. So let me know in the comments down below what you think the new enemy types will be. What are you expecting to see on both the Automaton side and the Terminid side? There's always been that theory of the Hive Lord. Are we about to see that on the Terminid side? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's dive right into the next thing, which is a new difficulty level. Level 10 will be here come August 6th. And with level 10, it will obviously be way harder, way more deadly, way more enemies. But a really interesting feature of level 10 specifically is larger outposts. For example, the automatons will have more fabricators, more defenses around these outposts, these larger outposts for level 10. Probably more enemy types. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a few tanks in here. There's going to be a lot in these new large outposts. We're also getting a new type of biome. Now, obviously, not too long ago, we got the swamp biome. And for the longest time, I was calling it the jungle biome. That's my bad. But basically, what they've done here is made the swamp biome more spooky, more Halloween-esque. There's going to be thunderstorms. There's going to be mist. It's going to be a lot darker. Obviously, this will be on certain planets where it will be just like the swamp biome that we've gotten used to now, but it'll be way more spooky, way darker. I wouldn't be surprised if there's new enemies in here somehow, maybe new environmental issues that we have to deal with. And speaking of environmental issues that we'll have to deal with, we're also getting a new feature for the acid rain storms. The storms will now reduce armor for you and the enemies that you fight. So you will be easier to kill, but so will the enemies, which honestly makes for a really interesting dynamic. It adds just another layer to the combat, makes it more difficult for certain missions where acid storms will be an issue. So I actually really dig this. You know, we recently got buffs for the new balance update and everything, to where we start to feel stronger. But so just instead of debuffing us, they're just adding more things to thwart us to the enemies. They're adding more stuff to the environmental hazards to make it more challenging without it being less fun for us, which I think is a really good way of doing this. And I'm really keen to see what else they have in store for us, because there's going to be way more to come that they haven't told told us about. We're also going to be getting new mission types. One of these mission types, you'll have to retrieve a Terminid larva, basically in like a Death Stranding type tube on your back that you'll have to bring to safety. However, this thing will cry out for help and actually bring in Terminid swarms on you as you're taking it back. You have to evac with this little larva Terminid baby on your back. They also showed off and teased another mission type which looked like it was on the automaton side. This thing almost looked like it was harvesting things like flesh and drilling it up. Either that or it's oil. I'm not entirely sure. It looks a bit more sadistic than oil. So I'm interested to see what this mission type will be. We'll obviously have to destroy these things, stop the bots from whatever they're doing here. So I'm very keen to see what this new mission type is for the bots. And obviously we got a bit of a nod to events that have already happened as well as events to come. It was sort of teasing the storyline that will be developed over time. Now that the Second Galactic War has fully started, it's in full swing. The Terminids are doing stuff. The bots are doing stuff. There's signs of things to come, so there's going to be plenty more in this new update, Escalation of Freedom, on August 6th. Cannot wait for this. This is exactly what the game needs. If I'm honest, the last couple weeks have been a bit dull in terms of content and mission types, the major orders and stuff. I haven't really had a high motivation to keep playing the game. I'll play it if I feel like it, if I'm in the mood, but I've definitely been playing it a lot less the last couple weeks, so this new update couldn't have come at a better time. So many new things in the game. I'm sure there will be new weapons, new armor, all those kind of things will be in the game. There was a bit of a leak recently to do with the new war bond, which supposedly will be called Freedom's Flame with fire themed content. I'm sure there'll be flame resistant armor, new flame weapons that will deal fire damage over time, incendiary rounds, maybe a new kind of incendiary grenade. I'm not sure, but it got leaked. Unsure if it's real or not, but for the most part, usually these leaks are pretty accurate, so this is probably the next war bond that will come out, and I guess it will come around the time that this new update will come on August 6th, so expect that very soon as well. So many new things coming to Helldivers 2, so keen for this. Let me know in the comments down below what you're most excited for. Is it the new enemy types, the new difficulty level, the new mission types? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more Helldivers 2 content, become a member today if you want to support me in another way. You'll get early access to live streams and videos. And thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.